Gray Strega, and we are going to be doing the daily collective read for today, Saturday, January 21st, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please get 5 cards to get started? First card that we have coming up for today is 8 of Cups. So for many of you, today is going to be a day about choices. There may be a choice that you've been holding on to or leaving your options open. Today is the day that you're going to feel ready to make that choice that you've been holding on to for so long. And for you, it might feel a little bit difficult because whenever we see energy like this, there is a little bit of sadness around this choice. Listen, you've been deciding on which direction to go for quite some time. However, with the 8 of Cups, you also realize that by not making a choice, by kind of holding in place, you're limiting yourself. The keeping your possibilities open, keeping these options the way that they are, these can sometimes act as a wall. So we see you today that you are really finally taking that step in the direction that you need to go as it relates to the path chosen that you are choosing. Continuing to get clarification on these cards, the next 2 cards we have coming up for today is, did I say you're making a choice for today? You're making a choice, as is indicated by the Judgment card that is also coming up. For many of you, this is, as I said, this is a decision that you've been holding on doing for some time. But today is the day that you're really going to make that determination. And something is going to happen today that is going to really allow you to feel that you are making the right choice, as is indicated by this Judgment card. This is also going to represent some determinations, not only in the direction that you go, but in your decisions on how you feel about it. So for many of you, this may be reconsidering some circumstance or situation and coming to a final determination as to how you want to navigate that in your mind and what your path is going to be as you depart from some circumstance or scenario. The center card for today is, I'm very happy to see this, particularly with the Judgment card beside it, the 7 of Swords in its reversal. What we're really seeing here is you are making a determination not to go back to circumstances or scenarios that have caused you pain in the past. Things that you may have been considering returning to, but that ultimately, as you view them, you see that they've only caused you pain. They've only caused you difficulty. And as I always say, you don't want to go back to the sword store expecting some puppies. This is the moment that you're really making the choice not to necessarily return to anything that has harmed you in the past. We don't hate it at all. Continuing to get clarity for a 5-card spread right now. Whatever you're not returning to a past, though, there's also some energy associated to it, as is indicated with the 7 of Swords in its reversal, with the Knight of Wands in its reversal. Now, this may feel a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this energy is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Now, if you are a masculine energy, this may be the moment that you choose not to bring your attention or energy towards those. But also, this is a moment where you are making the choice because, particularly for feminine, there may be a masculine energy that you are feeling around you that is not coming towards you with the passion, with the communication, in the proper way. And this situation or scenario that is potentially causing you pain, and you are making the choice not to go back on. So everyone is making the choice to not return to places that are causing them pain right now. We don't hate that either. Can I please get the final card for the 5-card spread? There is still a bit of conflict here. We do see that there is some conflict that is not necessarily finished. But the thing is, you feel that you hold the high ground. You feel that you are strong in your convictions, which is what is pushing you forward. But there is still a bit of resistance. Today is a good day to remind yourself or ask yourself, what is worth fighting for? Are the things you are fighting for worthy of an argument or worthy of some kind of conflict? Particularly since if you know you have the higher ground, you don't necessarily need to fight to retain it. Now, we are going to continue to get clarity on these cards, getting clarity right now between the 8 of Cups, moving away from situations, using today to make this choice to continue on your path, and really feeling strong in the choice that you're making. This is not one that you've made this isn't one you're making like spur of the moment. This is one that you've given some serious consideration to, but ultimately you feel that this is the right direction for you. Can I please get 1 card to clarify? There it is. We have the Ace of Pentacles in its reversal. So for many of you, today is also going to be the determination that there's some situations or scenarios or something about the inability to move away from some circumstances or scenarios that is really, it's taking too much. It's taking too much of your time. It's taking too much of your energy. It's taking too much of your bandwidth. It's taking too much from you, even in a practical sense. Anything that you can really value and measure, you are really seeing kind of the effects of not making this choice. And that is why you are making this determination today to move onwards on your path, because there's something here that is not given to you to the full width that you have given to it. And this is where we see this judgment coming up. Continuing to get clarity right now between this judgment energy. So this decision, this very large decision that you're making today, not to return to circumstances or scenarios that have caused you pain or have caused you grief or have caused you conflict. There is some still consideration towards them, obviously, because this card has appeared. But ultimately, you are making this determination for today. Can I please get one card to clarify? We've got two cards coming up today right now. We have, what are you moving towards instead? Instead of going towards these situations or scenarios that have caused you pain, you are moving towards the energies in your life that are being very generous towards you, that are showing you the things that you want, that you don't feel that you need to overextend yourself in order to receive. This is really kind of speaking a bit of like common decency here. Sadly, this is speaking a bit of common decency, because you're saying no to things that have hurt you, and you're just basically saying, I'm looking for things that are not going to hurt me, that are going to be a bit charitable. And also because as opposed, this is going to hit a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Now, as we see here, for masculine energy, this is moving full force towards those places that are giving you those basic standard things. And for feminine, there is this, and you're moving towards them quickly. There is a fast movement towards those places right now in your life that you feel are supporting you in the way that you. However, for feminine energy, is you are sensing energy that is moving towards you very rapidly, new energy potentially, or different energy than this Knight of Wands and its reversal. And these are the energies that are showing you the support that you need, that are giving you the things that you do. And I need to point out here, there's a little bit of energy here about like being able to sustain the bare minimum, that really this determination seems a bit easy because you're moving away from something that's hurt you to a profound degree, towards energies that are basically just showing you basic care and support, like basically sustainable action, sustainable like consistency. And you're seeing here that while some energy is really blocked from you right now, this energy is moving with a lot of vigor, with a lot of energy, with a lot of ambition towards you at this point. Continuing to get clarity on these cards, getting clarity between the Seven of Swords and its reversal. So this moment right now of looking at past situations, things that have caused you harm, making the determination not to go back to them right now, particularly for feminine, feeling like they're, whatever this is, there is a sense here that the reason they are causing you further harm right now is because there is no communication, there is no passion, there is no movement towards you. While for masculine, this is a blockage point because you are stopping yourself from going back to these circumstances that have caused you pain. May I please, and not allowing your creative energy, can I please get one card to clarify between these 2 points? We have, this adds a little bit of explanation. We have the Queen of Cups in its reversal. So as it relates to these circumstances or situations from the past, we see basically where feminine and masculine are both kind of opinionated on this subject. For the feminine energy, these are places that you are still feeling very emotionally triggered from. You're still feeling very hurt and conflicted. And this is probably resulting in either an over-emotionality, an excess of emotions that could be hard for another energy to bear, or it could just be you completely pulling your energy back from them, being as unemotional as possible due to your over emotionality. Whereas masculine is looking at these past situations and they are also feeling that there is no way in. There's no way to access the feminine energy in these past circumstances or scenarios, specifically because they feel that this energy, this emotionality from the feminine is in a detriment here. They don't feel like they will be welcomed in a positive way were they to return to those circumstances. So we have a bit of a standoff here happening as it relates to the past circumstances and scenarios, both for feminine and masculine energy right now. Though for feminine, this is feeling far more emotional, and masculine is just basically feeling blocked. They just feel like there's no kind of access point, no way to communicate. They're unsure about how to communicate. And this is why there is this choice right now to move away from those places of pain or conflict. Continuing to get clarity right now between the Knight of Wands and its reversal. So particularly for masculine energy right now, not necessarily coming forward in terms of some communication, particularly around the places that you feel this battle, you feel this struggle, you feel this inability or this moment of conflict. And for masculine, this is going to feel a little difficult because what we're also seeing here is you are battling yourself about what to do about it. That this is becoming more of a situation as it relates to the circumstances or scenarios of the past where you may potentially want to go forward. You want to find a way to access this feminine energy, but you're not sure how, and you are battling yourself as to what to do about it. This is a lot of internal conflict right now. Whereas for feminine, this is having a moment where there is still this energy that is around you that you feel you are not communicating with, but you still feel its presence, and you are battling yourself as it relates to it still being present in your life. May I please get one, because of the over emotionality it's causing, may I please get one card to clarify? We have here, there's still a bit of an indecision point that we see with this energy. That there is something here that still needs to be addressed. There is something here that both energies feel they must do or they desire to do, but they're both holding on it because they're allowing their intuition to guide them at this moment. They're trying to get that higher insight, and it's causing a lot of mental battle. There is a lot of mental battle that we're seeing here, particularly for the masculine energy. Whereas feminine may potentially be holding right now or holding on their determinations, waiting for this communication from masculine to come in and battling themselves in the time in between as they try to determine what to do next. Though we do see here that there are decisions being made as to what to do next very clearly with the start of the day. Now, continuing to get clarity right now between this Ace of Pentacles in its reversal. So situations and scenarios right now where you may just be feeling like you're pouring all of your time and energy, that you're looking at this imbalance of the places that you've been putting a considerable amount of yourself into and not necessarily feeling like you are getting back in kind. And this movement today towards those places that are being more giving, that are giving you those offers or showing the beginning of being able to give you these things back in a more balanced way. For masculine, moving very fast and actively towards these places that you feel are giving you this consideration. For feminine, having this new masculine energy coming in that is showing you the signs that they can be supportive in this fashion. Can I please get one card to clarify? We've got 3 cards coming up to clarify. We're going to read all of them. And this is, to me, saying these are the new experiences that the energies are moving into, particularly with the 2 of Cups coming up in its upright, which we love to see. So for many of you, the choices that you're making right now have a lot to do as it relates to partnership. You're looking at the places that you want to have these partnerships, these new partnerships. But what's very important here, and the weighing that you're doing with the judgment, is you are making sure that there is an equal distribution of give and take as it relates to time, energy, material, anything that you can measure. Now, what we're seeing here truly is while this attention to partnership is so critical right now, there are some things that are breaking down because you have decided that you do not want them around any kind of partnerships that you have moving forward. This is taking a bit of deconstruction. It is meaning that you kind of have to start from square one, but this is a necessary deconstruction, as is indicated by the 3 of Pentacles, because you're starting to understand the value of building a strong foundation as it relates to partnership, setting the standards from the start to make sure that what you are building is grounded, is firm, is going to be able to provide these things towards you. And also paying a very careful mind to third-party energy and making sure that there is no third-party energy that is going to interrupt or disturb the flow of these partnerships as you try to move forward. We are going to continue getting clarity with these cards, clarifying right now between the 6 of Pentacles. So moving into the, I keep laughing about this because the message really comes in, moving into the place of common decency, moving into the place of like making sure that like the bare minimum is being met. and masculine rushing forward in some way or fashion to try to show that they have this ability to give, that they have this ability to be generous in this capacity. Feminine right now feeling that there's masculine energy that is trying, new masculine energy that is trying to come forward towards you in this, some masculine energy trying to come forward to you in this fashion, to show you that they have this ability to provide these things towards you. And feminine being in a place where emotionally being a bit closed off right now, being a bit over emotional, or basically holding back on your emotions even as this occurs. For masculine, I see here what we're really seeing is a masculine that's trying to go to prove to this feminine energy that they don't necessarily need to be in this over emotional space by offering these small gifts or these small tokens to show them that this is that they are valuable and that they are needed and they can stay and they try to get them into a place where they'll be more emotionally receptive. Can I please get one card to clarify? Whoop! We've got two cards to clarify. We have here, I like to see this because this is the daily card of the day, but it is in its reversal, and it's a good card to see in its reversal. We see that as you move through today, that this is going to start to create a deeper sense of peace for both masculine and feminine energy. That there is something about becoming more secure in where you stand, in where you are right now, in your position, in your circumstances. And this is occurring not because you are being inactive, but instead for quite the opposite reason, that we see masculine and feminine energy are taking the steps necessary to free themselves from areas that in their energetic zone right now that are feeling blocked, where they're feeling limited, understanding that they have the capacity to fix this for themselves. Now, for feminine energy, this is going to be an attention or a return to attention about really creating a harmonic space around you, really becoming comfortable where you live and in the circumstances that you find yourself in. Whereas for masculine energy right now, we see the same. Both are having a deep attention right now to cultivating a space and energy that is in their proximity, that is close to them, that is in their environment, to build the scenario that they want around themselves. And both energies taking the steps necessary to do so. Continuing to get clarity between these cards, getting clarity right now between this Queen of Cups energy in its reversal, being able to move through a space right now where for feminine, this is going to be a moment. We still see this. We saw a lot of this healing yesterday going on with the feminine energy. It's continuing today, though it's a little bit better, obviously, at the moment, because feminine energy is in a place where they are still dealing with some over emotionality or trying to kind of pull their emotions back from something, but really allowing this moment of pause to let their intuition guide them, though not necessarily taking the full steps to either break or end some circumstances or scenarios around them. For masculine right now, there is a feminine energy that they are focusing on, that they're feeling is holding back their emotionality or being over emotional, and also kind of waiting, taking this moment of pause to really decide or determine what to do in this case. May I please get one card to clarify? Whoop, there it is. We've got, I like this, we've got Five of Cups in its reversal. So this is a moment of trying to find the bright side to some circumstance or situation. This has to do with that conflict point that it seems to be ongoing in the other energy of the masculine and feminine energetic zones that they are moving away from. That even though there may be some actions or activities that are being held right now because both of these energies aren't being receptive to one another, there is a moment where both energies are trying to look towards the positive. They're trying to shift their emotionality into one of embracing the positives that can be determined from a circumstance or scenario to allow them this ability to move forward that we saw at the beginning with this Eight of Cups. Now, continuing to get clarity between these points, clarifying between these new partnerships, these new opportunities, the mending of partnerships, understanding that a lot of these, now this is either old partnership energy or new partnership energy coming through. If it's old partnership energy, this is really kind of like a square one approach, starting from the ground up, rebuilding completely new, allowing the understanding that something about the foundation was broken and that there was too much third-party energy. This could also speak, though, especially seeing the fact that there is a moment of walking away and new energies coming towards both sides, particularly for masculine, what we really are seeing today is there is a moment of building or reinforcing new partnerships with the understanding of making sure that you are building a solid foundation, starting from the square one, and also making sure that there are no third-party energies to kind of corrupt or confound these partnerships, as well as getting clarity around trying an attention right now to one's own personal space, in creating a space that you feel comfortable and secure in, and allowing yourself to take the steps right now necessary in order to do so, not waiting for anyone else to come to rescue you, as it were, but doing these things for yourself. Can I please get one card to clarify? There it is. I like this. I like this. I like this. We've got 6 of Cups coming through. So for many of you, this is moving towards the karmic energies that you feel aligned to right now, that are supportive, that are emotional, that you're seeing the roots to, that you understand are ones that you feel very deeply connected to, but you're also seeing that they are in a positive aspect, that both energies are committed to supporting and sustaining one another. And it is in this direction that you are moving towards today. Even as there are some conflict points that we still see that you are moving away from, that are not completely cut off, but that still need to be addressed. But you're turning your attention away from those and instead concentrating on the positive partnerships. Continuing to get clarity between these points right now, getting clarity between the 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords in its reversal. So having this moment, this renewed investment in your personal space, in your personal environment, creating this space for yourself, allowing this to kind of free you right now from circumstances where you may have felt trapped or limited in the past, and allowing this moment of positivity to come in, of being able to look at past circumstances and scenarios and understand why they had to occur the way they did, and seeing that there are some bright sides to those experiences from the past that we see you walking away from or turning away from. Really a turn to positivity today is what we're truly seeing. May I please get one card to clarify? We've got 2 cards to clarify right now. I don't hate it. And what is really happening, and this is what's allowing you to have this moment of being able to see, to truly see and change your perspective on things. Because what you're really seeing right now is you're taking value in your own worth, in your own sense of gratitude, of really looking at your life and appreciating just how much you have. And also witnessing that there may be some energies that did not give you the things that you needed as it relates to, again, as I mentioned, bare minimum, the smallest of offers, the smallest of opportunities, the smallest of commitments, anything that you could really weigh or measure. And really taking this moment to turn towards yourself and understand the full extent of what you deserve, and necessarily just saying or understanding that some of those energies could not meet the bare minimum in order for you to feel like you are in a moment of abundance and fulfillment. And this is what's allowing you right now to renew your investment in yourself, to renew your investment in your own personal spaces, and to turn your opinion towards a positive one, even in the wake of the things that you may have been grieving or mourning over from the past. The final card for today's spread, which we love, this beautiful 6 of Cups energy. So being able to, a commitment and investment right now in the positive connections in your life, in those karmic connections that you feel that energetic pull for, but that are witnessing and offering and supporting to you, while turning away from those that are showing you at this moment that they cannot come forward and meet you in the place that you need them to meet you, and reinvesting today, putting this real reinvestment in your own sense of abundance and your own sense of gratitude. Can I please get the final card for today's spread? Woo! We've got a lot of cards coming up here, so I'm going to read all of them. Wow. Okay. All right. These are the final cards for today's spread. And today is going to be feeling very different for feminine and masculine energies, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. I need to stress right now that these 2 energies are in harmony. They are mirroring each other, as is indicated by the King of Wands in its reversal and the Queen of Wands in its reversal. So these experiences that are happening right now are being very mirrored, but they're being experienced in very different ways, depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Because what we really see is occurring here is the masculine is still at a moment of detriment. They're still at an impasse. There still is this deep uncertainty or this inability to communicate their true plans and their true possibilities, because there is still a lot of attention towards some of the circumstances that have occurred in the past, looking at things that did not work out in their favor and feeling ungrounded because of them. However, for feminine, this is a moment where even though you are experiencing a lot of the circumstances from the past and understanding that they did not necessarily work out in your favor and you are feeling ungrounded as it relates to them, this is a moment that you are coming into your power despite those circumstances, that you're taking this opportunity to kind of allow your communication, to allow your higher guidance to take over. So there is a bit of a blockage point, though we do see this harmonic balance occurring between the feminine and masculine energies right now, as is indicated by the Six of Cups. So this is really saying to me that today is a day that feminine is moving a bit more into a place of power, where masculine, we do see, even while they're feeling a bit overly emotional, while masculine energy is still feeling this uncertainty as it relates to how to move forward, and kind of allowing themselves to return their attention to their space, to their own personal environments, as they try to determine how best to move forward. Very, very interesting. I do want to get clarity right now, but we do see that these are aligned. More than anything, we just see that the masculine needs a little bit more support as it relates to these. Continuing to get clarification, bottom of the deck for this reading for today is King of Cups in its reversal. So as I said, this is going to be a bit more of a difficult, like we saw this a few days ago. We had a rough day for feminine. We're seeing this a bit more for the masculine energy. For feminine energy, this is still some attention that's being called to a manifestation of masculine in your life right now that you feel is either overly emotional or it has an inability to express their emotions. This is the counterpart to the Queen of Cups in its reversal. So all of the cards right now that we're seeing for masculine and feminine are reflecting one another. So these two energies are still in alignment, but they are not necessarily in a place that they can emotionally be stable around each other. Whereas for masculine, this is still feeling like there is some situation or scenario that you are trying to move away from, but you are feeling this deep over emotionality as it relates to it, that's making it very difficult for you to be able to articulate or express how you are feeling. So for today, what we really see is a day of deep grounding for masculine, trying to kind of get out of this deficit. Whereas for feminine, this is turning your attention right now towards new opportunities and possibilities while you're experiencing a masculine energy that is in this deficit. That is our daily collective read for today. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading, you can book one on my website, Strega.com. Please keep in mind when you book those readings, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like the reading. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of a recording sent to you afterwards. And if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Just be sure to mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. I want to thank you guys so much for having this daily collective read with me, and we will do this again tomorrow.